Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Grounded. This is episode 7, and last time we finished up the hedge lab and got ourselves an insect axe, the tier 2, but today I have two very clear-cut objectives that I want to go after. We gotta kill some Stinkbugs in order to get the tier 2 hammer, which is going to be pretty important, and I guess also by extension the gas mask. That'll be something we can get in the process, and to scout out a location for our base, because I really do need to put down like an upgrade station so we can upgrade our armor. Because we're going to be using this ladybug armor for a little while longer, so I'd like to upgrade it a bit, as well as our weapons. I have a side objective, which is to get ourselves a tier 2 stabbing weapon, because right now all we have is the spear, and it's pretty weak because it is kind of the first weapon you're meant to make. Now, originally I said I was going to go for the bee spear, because that's the tier 2 spear, but I remember that we actually do have another option for a tier 2 stabbing weapon, and we're going to go for that one first, because it's, I think, easier to get. With bees, we either have to go over to the beehive, or we have to just kind of keep our eyes on the sky and shoot them when we see them nearby like this one. But hitting them with the crappy little bow is not great. So, in between episodes, I did a bit of grinding for materials, just so we had less, material work to do here for repairing our armor and stuff. So you can see I have a whole pile of berry leather, because that's the one that's kind of a pain in the ass for us to get more of for repairing my armor. I also, oh, thought I saw a message. I also got, just kind of a bit of everything. Some more larva spikes for our sword. And I actually had the first defense event trigger in between episodes. Basically, the orb weavers, 2 juniors and 1 adult, came over here. They smashed one of my storage chests, and then they left. Apparently that was enough to satisfy them. But yeah, even if you don't have like an actual base with walls, they will come and break your stuff. So that's why I feel like we need to actually settle in now before I lose a bunch of stuff. It's not really a big deal, though, if they break your chest when you're right there, because you can just pick up everything. It all falls out instead of getting, disintegrated. Alright. I also made a shit ton of arrows, because I looked at the Stinkbug entry, and they are weak against stabbing, and the arrows count as stabbing damage. So that's why it was so effective last time. I'm going to take a couple of these, because we kind of saw that we could just kite him and probably kill him with arrows. And come to think of it, it would actually probably be better to make the gas mask first, and then use that to make killing the Stinkbugs easier. Because with that, you are completely immune to their poison gas, but the gas does damage the mask. Alright. So, if we want to go find a Stinkbug, we should go this way. I know there's a couple of them that hang out by the red anthill. We haven't really gone west yet. We haven't kind of gone over here at all. But that's actually where I want to maybe put down a base. There's an area with a lot of big flat rocks that might be a good place to set up on top of. I don't want to make my base in an unreachable spot where we never have to defend it, because that's kind of lame. That's kind of just avoiding one of the mechanics of the game, using bounce pads, but I don't think we need to do that. How did you get all the way over here? You seem kind of lost. I've never seen a soldier ant over here by the baseball, because that's kind of the starting spawn. He must have been fighting something. Alright. So I think this is the edge of the haze. The haze is coming out of that weed killer tank there. Basically, there's a hole in it, and it's leaking. So this whole area is covered in herbicide, which turns out is also bad for bugs and people. Tiny people. It used to be a lot easier to tell, though, where the haze kind of begins. But if you see these dead bugs everywhere, that means that you're in the haze, because those are just basically resource nodes. They don't actually have bugs that walk in and die. Alright, Stinkbugs, where are you at? There should be 2 of them over here. And they don't really help each other, so we shouldn't have to worry about them, ganging up on me unless I get too close. And there's a mixer over there. And there they are. Might be able to get them over to the anthill, but it didn't work great last time I tried. Oh, there are 3 of them over here. I don't know why he didn't aggro in, like, the first 4 shots. I mean, we have a soldier ant over here. He got stuck. I could have cheesed him, but no. We're not going to take the easy way. Well, okay. You've kind of just fucked yourself. I was hoping that ant would walk into the gas. It's going pretty well. I mean, we almost killed one last time. We just ran out of arrows. Just have to make sure not to walk into the other ones. No, I'm out of stamina. Oh, boy. Ow. Barely saved myself with a bandage. So yeah, the gas is really their only trick. You know, they don't really have any good melee attacks. And once you get that mask, you can kind of just bludgeon them to death. And last shot. Alright, that went pretty well. So we got 3 stink bug parts out of that. Should be enough to make a gas mask. Also gotta pick up all my arrows now. Arrows will basically just fall out of a target after like 10 seconds or something. So even in the middle of a fight, you can kind of loop around to pick them up again. You don't have to kill something to get your arrows back. I do like, too, that it just picks up the arrows if you walk over them. You don't have to individually pick up every single one. Alright, one of my arrows is gone, but that's fine. I think we should have enough to go make the mask now, and then we will go on a side mission to get ourselves a better stabbing weapon. And then we'll go after some more stink bug. But so far, every one of the kind of barriers I thought I'd run into, like killing a stink bug, we've kind of blasted through pretty easily. So maybe this LP won't take too long. Sorry, I need your parts. That charge is actually really easy to parry once you figure out timing on it. I only got 1. Still, that's enough to repair 1 piece of my armor once. Alright, let's head up the scan station on the way. Scan our new parts.
Science!
Repair glue. I don't even know specifically what that's for, but that's probably for repairing higher tier stuff? Or maybe that's a generic repair material. Oh, and we unlock the underwater stuff. Well, not all of it, but some of it. The fin flops for swimming faster, the bubble helmet for breathing underwater, and the slime lantern for being able to see in the dark underwater. There's also the firefly headlamp, which is a pretty handy thing to have. But obviously you need to kill fireflies to get their materials. Okay, so yeah, this is used for gas arrows, which are an AoE poison arrow. And they can kill you as well if you're not wearing a gas mask, and a smoothie. So we already have the relevant recipes we needed.
No water filtration tablets needed.
Okay, what are we missing? We need gnat fuzz and rope. Oh, we only need one stink bug part for this. Wow, they actually made that a lot easier. Gnat fuzz, we need to kill gnats, which are around here. You can see a couple of them. I don't know if we have enough here, though. There's a huge amount of them over by the flooded zone. Where did it go? Where did that gnat go? I don't see the body. I see the arrow. He didn't sink. He didn't float, so I don't know where he went. Oh, they do sink. Okay. Yeah, there he is. Just looks like a pile of dirt down there. Okay, we got 2. And we got 2 more. Alright, that's all we needed. And we got a meal out of it as well. Cook those boys up. Make ourselves a gas mask. Which is also one of our quests. And now we can go into the haze if we wanted to. So we could go to the haze lab. The haze, though, is a hostile place, but maybe we'll take a look in there. You know, just a little run around. Also, unlike the stink bug gas, the haze gas actually doesn't damage your gas mask, so you don't have like a limited amount of time you can walk around in there.
And imagine it's a fruit pounder.
All right, now how much do we need for a hammer? I think we needed 3. We need 4. So 1 more stink bug.
Aw, poor guy's got allergies.
I'm sure Pete can relate. Also, when we get the tier 2 hammer, we can harvest these mints. And you need those in order to make fresh type weapons. You know, that's your kind of ice weapon element. There's fresh, spicy, sour, and I think there's another one that I can't remember. There's a BURG.L chip over here. I don't know where. Also, did I actually bring that mask with me? The downside is we have to give up our set buff. But that's just for blocking, and we're not going to be blocking the stink bug, so I guess that's not that important. However, like I said, I do want to try making another weapon, so we're going to make a little detour here. And we're going to head down to the pond, because the weapon we want to make comes from the mosquitoes. And we haven't killed a mosquito yet, have we? Hold on, out of stamina. Also, it turns out the larva blade does do poison damage. But spiders are completely immune to poison, so that's why it's not noticeably better here. It's a lot harder to get away from a junior than it is from a full-sized orb weaver. Mainly because they can get into a lot more places. And they're a lot faster. But yeah, like with a bounce pad, we could probably build like up here. And nothing would be able to reach us, but that's kind of boring. I guess it really depends on how annoying and how frequent the bug waves become. Alright.
I spy.
Every time I see these bees, I want to go after them, but then I'm like, no, that's not what we're doing right now. Okay, there should be 3 mosquitoes over here. Are you still following me? Fuck off, Orb Weaver. Best way to avoid him? Take a little dip.
Right here.
Can I not? Peep? Oh, right, it's E. Tadpoles. They're very cute, and they're harmless. They can't eat us. You can see their mouths are far too small, but they just kind of hang out. Oh, I aggroed the mosquitoes. Now, the tough part is going to be here aggroing one mosquito and not all three of them. So I think they will set each other off if they're too close together. Alright, I believe they are weak to slashing. Yeah, it seems to be doing good damage. They do love to back off after every hit, though. You can see they kind of go out of range. So they're not very tough. Yeah, that's why I don't need to switch to ranged. They do this big, like, roundabout attack, too, but he didn't do it there. Alright, we got the beak, we got the blood sac. We probably need another one. Oh. And you notice that they don't have the... oh, there's the big one. Did a lot of damage. They don't have the... engorged blood body until they actually get a bite on you. Except sometimes they don't always get it right away. And I think if you kill them before they get that, you actually don't get the blood sac.
Yeah. Yeah.
He actually looks like he's getting bigger. I wonder if you can get more blood if you let him hit you a couple times. I don't know, what killed him? Probably the poison. Alright. That's probably enough for now. I don't think we need more than one beak. Maybe I can shortcut over this wall. No, not quite. So there is another research station over here.
Science!
Alright, so the mosquito needle is our weapon that I'm talking about. It's essentially a rapier. And in addition to being a tier 2 stabbing weapon, it also gives you health steal somehow. We can hop our way over here. I feel like this is common knowledge, but it might not actually be. But I feel like a lot of people don't know, actually, that the only mosquitoes that drink blood are the females. A lot of people just assume that all mosquitoes drink blood, but it's actually only the females, and specifically the reason for it is because to make their eggs, they require the proteins that, you know, warm-blooded creatures have in their blood, which I thought was neat. And that applies to pretty much all of the, maybe not all, but a majority of the blood-sucking kind of insects and flies. Flies are insects. I don't know why I said that like it was a separate thing. Alright, mosquito needle. We need a rope. Well, that's unfortunate because we can't make a rope right now. Alright, never mind. I mean, I think the arrow strategy was working pretty well on the Stinkbug. Also, what time is it? Because we're going to need to head to bed soon. Can't sleep until 18:02. Yeah, but we'll wake up way too early. So I think we'll head back over and kill another Stinkbug. And grab some clover, because I think we'll drop down a lean-to over there. Just so we have another one over in this area.
Taking a look.
One of the most important reasons that we need that tier 2 hammer is so that we can start collecting the molars, the milk molars, and the super milk molars, so we can get some of those storage upgrades. You know, larger stack size. Oh, there's that missing arrow. Okay, so I'm going to... We'll take the spear out in case I have to get close. The mask on.
Now.
Which is, I think, the only helmet in the game that actually has an overlay. I want to see if I can cause some trouble here. Oh, firefly. Okay, they can still hit you pretty hard. Ow. In my urge to create chaos, I have created too much chaos to handle. Something broke. No, maybe not. I thought it only said equipment damage when something actually breaks, but I guess it just... Because it takes damage when you die, everything takes a little bit. Well, it definitely went worse than our last one. I think I tried to overcomplicate it instead of just shooting him. Dead firefly, though. Take that. Where did our stink bug go?
Those soldier ants mean business.
Yep, they certainly do, Pete. You keep saying it.
Detecting a soldier ant in our area, proceed with caution.
Okay, I see a lot of ants. I don't see the stink bug, so I don't think it died. I gotta retrieve my arrows, though.
That's all my favorites,
Alright, maybe this time we keep it low chaos and not bring in everybody in the nearby area. It should be bright enough here that we can see the stink bug without too much trouble. Out here, you know, in the open. Thankfully, they do not work together, so I don't have to worry about them ganging up on me. Oop. Getting too close to the other ones, I can hear their feet. The other problem with the ladybug armor that I kind of forgot about is the fact that we draw aggro. God damn. Got hit trying to heal. So you have to make sure to keep enough stamina that I can dash away so I don't get jumped on. Alright. That's all we need for now. We will need to kill more of them, though, if we want to repair our gas mask. I think? I could be wrong. You might actually only need rope. Let's check. Yeah, you need gnat fuzz and crude rope, so we don't even need to kill one of them again for a essential item. You can see, though, just doing that fight and dying once took away half the durability. Still, that's our main objective complete. So let's go back to base, we'll make that hammer, and then we'll head over to the area I wanted to check out for a potential base location. That way, I can kind of start moving stuff over there by the next episode. Because I really don't want to have to haul a whole bunch of grass planks on video. But that's something we can relegate to in between.
Feeling a little safer now.
And we should still have
Just pretend it's
some more
jerky.
gnat.
Don't even need to boil it.
I think it's kind of funny that if you shoot down a drop with your bow, the arrow gets stuck in the water, making it easy to retrieve. Getting up at the crack of dawn. I mean, you kind of do have a sleep schedule, because when you go to sleep determines when you'll be able to go back to sleep. So if you stay up throughout most of the night and then sleep until like 11, you won't be able to sleep until like 2 a.m. Alright. Insect hammer. Yeah, we need berry leather, boiling gland, stink bug parts. So there we go. Which means I'm going to scrap this. I actually think that items do not despawn if you throw them. I thought they did. But then I found that axe that we threw like 2 episodes ago. So I'm not 100% on that. We'll keep that so we can scan it. There's our busting hammer. We're busting all kinds of things. Like, for example, these mints. Now, these don't respawn, so I think once you break these, they're gone. But there are other places where these kind of resources will respawn. These, flavor resources. You can also eat these to keep you cool, but as I found out, that's very wasteful, because they don't keep you cool very much. They basically just reduce your overheating meter when you're in the desert. Don't know when we're going to be seeing the desert. I mean, I guess that's kind of a tier 2 to tier 3 area during that transition, so it's probably not that far off. Alright. We're going to go scouting. And then we will call it an episode, because we kind of succeeded at our main goal. We did not, however, make the ant armor, which was another one of my potential side objectives.
Worse than my mom's Brussels sprouts.
And we didn't actually make the mosquito needle, but we can. I just have to put down a spinning wheel so we can turn more of that spider web into rope. Silk rope.
Nice and clean. Taking a look.
Wolf spider on the prowl. I don't know why it's not dying from being in the haze. It should be taking damage in there. Not standing in it. So I'm not exactly sure where we want to go. It's, I guess it's kind of this rock wall here. I just remember there's a lot of rocks over here by the edge of the haze. Yeah, right about here, I think would be a good place for a base. It's slightly above the ground, so I think if enemies were going to come up here, they would have to go around and go up this thing. They can't actually just come straight at it. And that way I don't have to build a ramp. But we're still kind of close to all the important things, because we don't really need to go back to the hedge very often. We kind of did most of the stuff there, except the broodmother, which will be a bit of a journey. Unfortunately, there is a wolf spider around here. It lives under one of these rocks, so I think we'd want to build, like, over here. Right on this rock, nice and flat. Good view of the surrounding area. What are bees weak against? Chopping, fresh, and slashing. Might be able to kill a bee from here. I mean, we're near the hive, so we might set off all of them. Actually, where is the hive? Looks like they moved it, because it used to be right on the edge of the picnic table. And they've replaced it with a honey pot, which might explain why they go hostile when you go over there. I don't think that bee's loaded in. I think it's too far away. There we go. So we can't even get up there right now. We need a item that we don't have in order to reach it, but we will eventually be able to get up there, and we can put a zip line right from there to down here. So, for building, what I want to do is we're going to put down a foundation. We're going to use a rock foundation. We could use clay, because that only needs clay, and the other one uses rock and clay, but I think a stone one looks better, and it's a little easier to work with. But using a foundation means that you don't have to worry about the, kind of exact flatness of the ground. So you can just kind of set up a blueprint here. We're going to want one big wall for storage because that's where we're going to put, like, a whole bunch of chests. So, one of the materials that I gathered up between episodes was a lot of clay and rock, specifically for putting down the foundation. Alright, I think that's good for now. We might have to expand it later, but I think that's a good start. I do think this game has too many of these Hot Wheels on too many different keys. So I keep accidentally pulling them up when I'm not really trying to. Okay, we need a wall. Regular wall. I do like that you can put a whole blueprint down. It's not like just the base, and then you have to build that before it'll let you put down other ones. Be detected. Oh shit, I have the wrong weapon out. So, a lot of people also know that bees die when they sting something. However, I think that only applies to larger creatures, Things that are big enough for their stinger to actually catch in the skin and then get pulled out. But against a tiny human like us, I think he can sting us as many times as he wants. They have the same problem as mosquitoes, though, where you can't hit them until they choose to come down to you. If we get hit with that pollen, we get slowed. So they don't have a lot of health, just like the mosquito, which is good, because this would be really tedious if they had a lot. Alright, not a big deal. I think that'll be it for this episode. It'll be a pretty short one, just to get that stuff done, and then I'll haul all of these rocks and everything over there, and start making that base. And then we'll kind of expand on it next time, when I have the basic structure built. But thank you for joining me for this little stink bug hunt, and I hope I'll see you back here next time, when I guess we'll go after the Haze Lab, maybe. We're definitely going to want to get a tier 2 weapon. It's kind of next on the docket, but I think we will go for the Haze Lab as a little exploration adventure. But we might actually, come to think of it, I might need to go to the anthill before we can do that. Because there's an item that we need to get that requires us to go into the anthill, and it's kind of essential for some of the progress, including getting up on the picnic table. So, until next time, you folks all take care.